Phil Godfrey, what is the Tetra Association?
Well, the Tetra Association is an organisation that was set up back in 1994. It was set up as a non-profit making members association, and primarily it was there to promote and support the Tetra technology, which in those days was still in development. We tried also to make sure that the Tetra technology was in an open and competitive market, and we did that by creating an interoperability process which ensures that all manufacturers' equipment is compatible with each other, and that's proved to be very successful, and we have a very healthy and vibrant Tetra marketplace.
Why is the Tetra Association now changing its name to the Tetra and Critical Communications Association?
If you look around at the communications world today, it's undergone some huge changes, even just in the last few years, and the subject of mobile broadband has become a very hot topic. The users of professional communications equipment is seeing what can be done on smartphones and tablet PCs, and they're saying, well, we should have that sort of capability with our professional communications. So we are broadening the scope of the organisation in order to be able to address these future requirements.
What's the main objective of the new Tetra and Critical Communications Association?
Well, our objective is to promote the development of open standards that meet the needs of critical communications users, and that's primarily what we will continue to do, continue the job that we were previously doing as the Tetra Association.
Is the TCC A taking responsibility for developing new technologies?
The TCC A is not a standards development organisation. That role falls to organisations like ETSI and IEEE. But those organisations need to get a good handle on what the user requirements are and what the market needs. And that's where our strength is. We have very good links into the user community. So we have the ability to collect user requirements, to understand what the market needs are, and we can then drive those into the standards body to make sure that they're developing the right technologies for our types of user. And the other thing that we need to do is to work very hard with the regulators to make sure that there is sufficient spectrum available for these technologies to be deployed.
What sort of organisations and bodies are you expecting to join the TCCA now?
Well, the first thing to say is, of course, all of the existing members of the Tetra Association automatically become members of the TCCA. But we will encourage anybody that has an interest in critical communications to join our organisation, whether they be from the manufacturing community, from network operators, from users, consultants, and as I say, anybody that has a strong interest in critical communications.
Does this initiative mean that you see no future for Tetra technology?
No, absolutely not. It is our view that there is no technology on the horizon that has the capability of Tetra, particularly for voice services, and therefore we believe that Tetra is going to be a very important technology, and we are, as an association, going to continue to support that technology and continue to evolve the technology in the same way that we have been.
Talking about new technologies tends to imply broadband, but Tetra has some quite good data technologies built into it already.
When Tetra was first created, of course, we talked about its data capabilities as being high-speed data. But of course, the world has moved on a long way since then. We recognised the need for increasing data speeds and created what became known as Tetra Release 2, or TEDS, as Tetra's Enhanced Data Service. That takes us up to around 500 to 600 kilobits per second. But of course there are requirements coming up in the future, particularly for streaming video, where even that speed is not enough. And we've recognised that fact, and we're trying to respond to those needs from that have been put forward by our user community. So that's why we'll be initially focusing our efforts on trying to find a broadband solution.
So whatever comes next, it'll continue to be closely integrated with Tetra technology.
Oh, very much so. In fact, recently we had a meeting of the European Public Safety Network operators, and they gave us a very strong message that what they wanted was a single network. So our objective will be to satisfy that requirement by finding solutions that will give them a voice capability and a broadband data capability all in a single network.